3, 2, 1, and here we go. Yes, this is ROTBW Podcast. I'm so excited you guys joined me today. This is a very special day. Today is MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So here in the United States, we take a day to celebrate one of the men who really shaped our America, shaped modern day America by the biggest sacrifice he could possibly give was to give himself, give his life, give all his attention and all his energy to a result and a target that he was committed to, but not just for himself. And so amazingly put in his own speeches that he may not make it to see his work being done. He may not make it to see the end result, which I really believe he knew that he wouldn't. But the truth is that for legacy, he wanted to build something that would outlive him. He wasn't doing it for him. He was doing it for others. And that brings us to the conversation today. See, here at Rise of the Black Warrior and Black Warrior King, the tribe, we talk about power. And the reason why we talk about power is because power produces results. And in order to produce that power, you have to be committed to something. You have to be energized by something. And there was something that I believe was energizing and this man was so committed to that allowed him to have the power that he had to choose and to go after the results and get the stuff that he got done. The reason he was able to do it was because he was so committed to something, and he reached deep into his heart and he found something. And that is service. I'm going to share some stuff with you guys today. And I really believe that if you get what I'm going to share with you today, it could change the whole shape of your life. Because once you understand that this world and the greatness that's in it does not have to come from what it is that you do. It comes from who it is that you be. See, the thing about service is that you don't have to be somebody already blessed and endowed with something. You don't have to have a talent or a skill in order to have it. And just to prove that to you, I am going to let the man himself share that with you. And then we're going to come back and have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation how this could play out in your life. So, if you will indulge me, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. And this morning, the thing that I like about it, by giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. Because everybody can serve. Every now and then, I guess we all think realistically about that day when we will be victimized with what is life's final common denominator. That's something that we call death. We all think about it, and every now and then I think about my own death, and I think about my own funeral, and I don't think of it in a morbid sense. Every now and then I ask myself, what is it that I would want said? And I leave the word to you this morning. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That isn't important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. That's not important. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. I'd like somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to love somebody. I want you to say that day that I tried to be right on the wall question. I want you to be able to say that day that I did try to feed the hungry. I want you to be able to say that day that I did try in my life to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. I want you to say that I tried to love and serve humanity. Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. And all of the other shallow things will not matter. I won't have any money to leave behind. I won't have the fine and luxurious things of life to leave behind. But I just want to leave a committed life behind.
What a man. A man that was endowed with a name reflective of who he stood for and who he was. King. See, in our generation, we get to have a day where we acknowledge a man for what he has done for an entire race of people, not just whites and blacks. He showed us how we could be the best for whoever you are. He represented every one of us, the very best of us, because even in the face of the darkest stuff, he saw peace and love, received a Nobel Prize for it. And he decided that even though he wasn't great at something, he was going to get great by doing it over and over again through service. As I understand it, he got a C in public speaking when he was in school. But through doing 2,500 speeches all around the entire world and the country, he became great through that service. And now there's over 900 streets all around the world with his name on it because of his service. This is a man that said, hey, I may not make it there with you, but I'm willing to serve. And see, for black men in America that may not have had the blessings of a parent that both parents in the home, may not have had the blessings of having wealth and money passed down to you, may have not come from a community where you had great schools, or maybe you didn't go to college, or maybe you didn't get that great job. And maybe you feeling like you're in a space where, hey, I can't really serve. I can't do anything because I'm just surviving for myself. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be great in any of the capacities and the sections and the segments of your life, all you need to do is find a place to serve. If you think that your money is messed up right now, find a way to serve in some capacity, and that will push you into greatness in that area. If your relationship with your wife and your children is failing or it's not where you want it to be, find a way to serve in that area. And that will create greatness. See, greatness is something you can create through service. I love his definition of greatness is that willingness to lay your life down, to lay down whatever it is that you have to serve. My mom used to say this. Where a man's treasure is, you will find his heart. And not just money, his time. So those men that are watching us, those other children, those women that are watching us, they're waiting to see where it is that we are going to serve, where we're going to put our time, because that's how they know where our heart is. At Rise of the Black Warrior, we are committed. We are committed here in this tribe, Black Warrior King, to being powerful in service. So every man that has an opportunity to serve in his community can be great. Dr. Martin Luther King was a great example of what any one of us could do. Could find something we willing to die for, to put everything on the line for, to step up and be the very best at it because we just willing to do it, not just for ourselves, but for other people, for our generations to come. See, we go out and we work hard and we grind, and some of us, we say we're doing it for our family and our wives and our kids. But I'm here to tell you that when you do it in a service way, that it doesn't matter if anybody else could see that. We don't have to say it out loud. We just do it because it's coming from our heart. And we will do it no matter who's watching, no matter if we get acknowledgement, whether we get praise for it or anybody gives us any salute. We will serve at the deepest level and we will get back greatness. Greatness is something that we can all achieve, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. I'm so proud to be a part of this generation of men that are awake, that are awoken to the fact that we can be the very best that we want to be. And I'm here to push. I'm here to share that with you. I'm here to share the fact that any one of you right now, no matter where you are, no matter who you are listening to this, right now, you don't have to wait to be great. It will always be too late to wait. If you look at the time on a watch, you will never see wait. You do not wait to be great. You step up and serve today. You go out and find a way that in your heart, there's a space, there is capacity for you to grow into, to serve somebody else besides yourself. Serve in your community, serve in your family, serve in your business. If you had a job, serve in your job. And don't look for anybody else to acknowledge you. Just do it because it's in your heart. Every great leader, if you look at them, there was a space to serve because they saw a problem that needed to be solved. They knew that they could be a blessing. And for a man, specifically a black man in this environment where we already have unique challenges, things that are in our environment that have been going on. We have systemic issues that are happening right here in America today that have been hindering our success. We now just have to find places to serve. We can gain power, not by complaining, not by fighting, not by creating another argument, but just finding a space where we can serve others. And every man picking up the torch in an area of the world in their life that is making sense to them. They will serve at the highest level because it'll be in their heart. See, sometimes we be in our head and our head will mess us up, but our heart will always guide us right. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I hope that today you look for a space in your world. Look for a space deep in your world that you could serve. Be like the brother, the king, the leader, the activist, the speaker, the father, the husband, Martin Luther King Jr., who wasn't a perfect man, but he led in the perfect pursuit of service and greatness. God bless everybody. Listen, check us out at RiseOfTheBlackWarrior.com. You want to check out this podcast? We're on Spotify and we're on iTunes. You can also go to podcast.riseoftheblackwarrior.net. We're on Instagram at RiseOfTheBlackWarrior, and no surprise here, Facebook.com/RiseOfTheBlackWarrior. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.